Hi student. Now look, we have completed our topic differential calculus. Then it's our in which we have it's our last topic is what? It's our differential equations, in which we have discussed all the solutions of bivariable separable method, and then we have discussed about what it's our homogeneous method. Then we have discussed our lastly problems based on linear differential equation. Now in our today class we are going to start with our next topic. It's our vector algebra. Look, in vector algebra, it's a we have so many uses of vectors in the field of. At present, vectors method are generally used in. It's used in our all branches of. We have used in all branches of science. For example, it's such as in our mechanics, engineering, and we also use in it's our physics. Look up both the theory and complicated problems which is belongs to our in the subjects we have discussed with the theory with our in a simple manner with the help of vectors, and also in our algebra in terms of algebra. Namely, it's about our addition and our subtraction, and also our multiplication methods. We can also be extended to our vectors problem also in the current manners of view. Look, before we are going to discuss with our topics of vector algebra, I'm just going to be explained with our some basic terms related with our this chapter vector algebra. Before I'm going to start with our topics. In which we have to discuss about and generally we have at the level of class 12th you have to be read about scalar multiplication and then vector multiplication. There we are going to be study about that, but before we are going to start with these portions to vector, then we have to be clarified some basic concept. We are starting with our first basic terms. It's you have to be understand it's our directed line segment. It's our directed line segment. What is our directed line segment? In the terms of vector of our vector, it's our suppose directed line segment is a part of line. Look, suppose with the arrow headed A and B. Now look, we have a AB. It's written as by arrow AB. This is our directed line segment with end points A, where A is our initial point and B is our terminal point. This is our directed line segment AB, written by vector AB. Then again we can write down this like B when we change this. Now it's our directed line segment BA with arrowhead. It's our line segment directed line segment AB, and this is our directed line segment BA. Look up. This are the line segments. We are not going to be interchange this AB, because in here our directed line segment AB, this A is our initial end point, B is our terminal end point. Here B is our initial end point and A is our terminal end point. Then we have to be don't we make a confusion about our directed line segment. It's a arrow headed AB. It's a marks to that. It gives you information that A is our initial point and B is our terminal point. And here our B is the initial point and A is our terminal point. Then we have discussed our directed line segment, and look, each directed line segment having its characteristics there. Then characteristics of we are going to talking about the characteristics of a directed line segment. Then its characteristics. Look, we are going to discuss about the characteristics of a directed line segment. And look, in its characteristics, we have generally 1, 2, 3 characteristics of any line segment. Means what I want to say that every line every line segment is characterized by the following three. First is what? It's having a length. Then second character is having a length. Then second characteristic which we use support, and then last same. Look we in given example we have what we are going to talking about length. Obviously this arrowhead AB having its definite length, BA is also definite length there. What do you want to say that the length of directed line segment AB is the line segment AB. If you are going to talking about the length of this directed AB, then what is the length of this AB? It is the length of our directed line segment. Then suppose each and every our directed line segment is a part of a indefinite lines. We can extend all this our line segment indefinitely in both in our both sides. Then what is our support? In support part with that the support of a directed line segment AB is what? It's the line L, which we can name this, the whole line is L of indefinite length, of which our directed line segment AB is a part there. Then again it's the last characteristic is what? It's about sense. What is the meaning of sense? The sense of a directed line segment, the means of a sense of a directed line segment is from its initial to a terminal point. If are going to change our initial to terminal point, then its sense is changes there. Thus the sense of AB is from, it means the sense of AB is from, it means our initial point is A and terminal point is or B. In the case of its sense, B is means B is our initial point and A is our terminal point. Look, till now in part of vector we have discussed about directed line segment. In directed line segment we have seen the characteristics of line segment. It's three characteristics: length, then support, and then we are talk about sense of directed line segment. Now look, then we know that we have known that here that its physical quantities we have also we know that vectors having deals with mechanical engineering and our engineering portion, and also physics physical terms there, and also it's very used in our physics. Then we know that our physical quantities have generally it's our physical quantities are generally are of two types. We have physical quantity is generally two types. Vectors and scalars. Vectors and scalar. What is vectors? Look, what we see that whenever we are going to find out the length of any there, then we have, just suppose I am going to be tell that it's a length is, then your answer should be about approx 5 centimeter. Then there is a number 5, and also we use a centimeter there. Then our number is always associated with the measures for some physical quantity there. We use here centimeter there. Then in the terms of our physical quantity, it's divided into two parts. First is vector, second is scalar. What is our scalar? A scalar quantity which has only magnitude. When we are going to talking about a scalar quantity, what is our scalar quantity? Our scalar quantity is what? It's a quantity which having only magnitude, and it's not which does not involve directions there, which does not involve any direction there, is known as our scalar quantity. What is our vector quantity? Our vector quantity is that quantity which deals with magnitudes as well as it here involves a direction there. Then it is our called as a vector quantity. Then what is our vector? What is our scalar quantity? In which vector quantity is deals with magnitude as well as direction, but in scalar quantity we are just going to deal with only magnitude there. It does not involve any direction there. Then examples of scalar, if we are going to talking about this examples of scalar, then our the physical quantity which are belongs to scalar is what? It's given by mass, then length, then speed, our mass is a scalar, our length is a scalar, our speed is scalar, then mass, length, speed, kinetic energy is also a scalar quantity, then our distance is a scalar quantity, and time is our scalar quantity. What we discussed there, our scalar quantity is what? Not distance and okay, look, distance is scalar quantity. Also our terms density is also a scalar quantity. Now look, what is the examples of vector quantity? What is our vector? Velocity is our vector quantity, our displacement is vector quantity, then weight is our scalar quantity, vector quantity. We have a weight, we have a displacement, we have a velocity, and also we use momentum is also a vector quantity. Now look, what is our vector quantity, which deals with the magnitude as well as direction, and in scalar quantity just we need a magnitude there. Then now we have discussed deals with our vector quantity and scalar quantity. Now our next point is what is also our basic terms. It's our position vector. Also there is used terms always used in the vectors. It's a position vector. What is our position vectors? Just suppose look, generally we are going to deal with here with from here after vector is start with our 3D topics there. Then whenever we are going to talk about, it's our 3D point of view. Just suppose we have three mutual perpendicular axes, OX, OY and OZ. Now look, we have in a plane our three mutual perpendicular axes, and just suppose I have taken a point P there. I have taken a point in space P there. Then what the P in space having coordinate, just suppose it's having coordinate point P is X, Y, Z. We have a coordinate what? X, Y, Z. When we are then and also the coordinate of origin what? It's given by 0, 0, 0. We have a coordinate of origin what? We have already deals with class 11 in 3D chapter there. Then we have then look the point P, where O is our initial point, OB our point called the origin of the reference, and P in space having coordinate X, Y, Z. Then with respect to origin, our OP, the arrow headed OP is our called having O and P as an initial and terminal point. O and P our O is initial and P is our terminal point, is called the position vector. It's called our position vector of P with respect to O. Means what is the meaning of arrow headed AB? Means the arrow headed AB is defined as what? It's a position vector of B minus position vector of E. If we want to define our vector AB there, then by definition of vector B, what we are going to find out position vector of B minus position of vector A, then we get AB. What is the meaning of position vector? This OP is what's meaning? The position vector of P is what? With respect to O, then means position vector of P minus position of vector of O, which gives our position vector concept there. Now after discussing about the concept of position vector, we can then we can find out the magnitude of vector OP there. To get a magnitude of OP, recall of class 11 there, it's what? Under root x minus 0 whole square, means x square, plus y minus 0 whole square, y square, plus z minus 0 square, it's a z square. Then our magnitude of OP is given by, vector OP is given by under root x square plus y square plus z square. Now we have discussed till now we have discussed our physical quantity vectors, scalar. Then the terms position vector there. Now look, we have now a knowledge of position vector. Then look, we are going to be discussed with our the next points are what? It's our direction cosines. It's the concept of our direction cosines, and then we are referred as directions ratios there. Then what is our directions cosines? To understand direction cosines, just look, we have again a three mutual perpendicular axis. It's our origin, and then look, we have taken this y this is our x and this is our z. Look, we have taken the three mutually perpendicular axes OX, OY, and OZ, and look, we are going to take any point P in a space, our YZ plane there, P, with the point with the coordinate x, y, z, with the coordinate x, y, z. Let's suppose the position vector of P with respect to x origin is given there. Look, let's suppose if this point P is makes alpha, beta, and gamma the angles which makes OP makes with OX. Let's suppose with max with from this OP makes with our axis x angle alpha there, and from from OY it's makes our OP makes a beta angle there, and this OP is from next angle gamma there. Look, now we have alpha, beta, gamma are the angle which from OP there, with OP max with OX, OY, and OZ respectively. Then our cos alpha, cos beta, and cos gamma, when we are going to take cos alpha, cos gamma, and cos gamma, are called as our directions cosine. Cos alpha, cos beta, and cos gamma, these terms are our called directions cosines. Now we called direction cosines of OP, which are generally when we are going to denote with, then generally it's denoted by L. L is our cos alpha, M is our cos beta, and N is our cos gamma. Cos L, cos alpha, cos beta, and cos gamma, and generally we have L square plus M square plus N square is equal to 1. We use L square plus M square plus N square equal to 1. Look, we have discussed the terms of directions cosine there. If we are going to be just draw any plane there. Look up our position vector OP, which is suppose it's R. It's having R is given by position vector R is what given by X. We have discussed about magnitude with X I cap plus Y j cap plus Z k cap. If we want to use our position vectors as a vector terms, we are not going to use this as a vector. We are talking about coordinate X, Y, Z here. Then suppose if we are going to make this taking that from P to here, we take a right angle there, and just supposing that it's given the coordinate what? It's our x, y. Then when we are going to be related with this coordinate in triangle OPM, when we are going to right angle triangle OPM, then our cos gamma I define it base is 2 or what? Then if I have taken I have taken on z, then x, y, z, then its distance is what on z, then base to the hypotenuse, then we have cos gamma is z to r. In similar manners, we are going to win it's dividing up, we use our coordinate parallelepiped there. Then in the similar manners, our cos gamma z by there, our cos alpha is what? X by r, and cos beta is what? Y by r. In similar manners, we have find our cos alpha is x by r, cos beta is y by r, and cos gamma is z by r. Then we get from here the values of x, y, z. Since our cos alpha is L, then x is what? LR. Cos beta is our we take M. Then what is it's a beta is M. Then it's a y. Our y is what? MR, and it's a gamma is N. Then our Z is what? NR. Now we get x, y, z. Means our this coordinate x, y, z is also the point of P is what? It's in the terms LR, MR, and NR. Now look, what we see in there? the coordinate of xyz of the point P may be also be expressed as a LR, MR, NR. Then the numbers LR, MR and NR. These numbers LR, MR and NR. This is which is our what is proportional to the directions cosines are called as directions ratios of vector P. Is called as directions ratios. What I am saying to you, the numbers is LR, MR, NR. The number these numbers LR, MR, NR are proportional to the. These are proportional to the what? Our L, M, N. This LR, MR are then to the proportion of our direction cosines are called as directions ratios. These are called as directions ratios of vector R, and these terms are denoted by directions ratios are denoted by a number of terms A, B, C. Our direction ratios is defined by this is by terms as our LR, MR, NR is proportional to direction cosine terms as directions ratios. This is our directions ratios. Look, for our direction ratios, our A square plus B square plus C square is cannot equal to 1. In the terms of direction cosines, you have to be learned that in the terms of direction cosine, the value of L square plus M square plus N square is equal to 1. But in the terms of directions ratios, A square plus B square plus C square is not equal to 1. Look, when we are going to talk about, we want to talk about the geometrical, if you want to be geometrically, I want to explain you that what is our directions cosine and what is our directions ratios. Look, we have a, just suppose we have a space, in a space we have so many of lines there. For any specific line, the directions cosines are fixed there. But if we have any directions ratios there, then directions ratios, it's not, when we have any directions ratios there, then from direction ratios we are not going to find out any specific lines which direction ratios are is that. From our direction cosines we are going to find that yes, this is the line which having the directions cosines are this. But there are so many lines which having the direction ratios are maybe the same there. And there is a basic difference between the what is our directions, the terms direction cosines and directions ratio. If we are going to find out the way in the terms of our L, M, N direction cosine, if we want to be expressed, since I explained that this our x, y, z, it's represent the directions ratios LR, MR, NR. Then we can represent our directions cosines L, M, N as in the terms of directions ratios as if we have ABC, then our L is what? A upon M is given by B upon and N is given by Look, this is our relationship between directions cosines and directions ratios. Look, we have discussed our terms directions cosines and directions ratios. Now look, what we have to next? Then next we are going to discuss. We have the basic. We have to discuss our basic terms of vector there. Then we have which we use in the further concept there. Then please go through it. Now we are going to move with our what? We are going to discuss with our types of vectors. Now we are going to discuss with our types of vectors. Now look, in types of vectors, there are so many types of vectors. Look, first we take zero vector. First, what? It's a zero vector, also named as null vector. What is our zero vector? It's obviously by name. Our zero vector is what? A vector whose it is a vector whose initial and terminal points coincide. In other words, we say a vector is a zero vector which initial and terminal point is same, and just actually in mathematical it's a coincide. Zero vector is a vector which which initial and terminal points are coincide to each other. Is named as our zero vector, or generally we can represent by this. Is represented by a null vector, and also a null vector has a it's a null vector. Then what about, look, since it's a vector, and obviously it has a different direction, but what about its direction is indeterminate. We can say that the direction is what? Indeterminate, or alternatively it's may be regarded as having any direction. A zero vector having regarded as any direction, is having any direction there. We can denote it by this. Also we can denote it by our zero vectors by some AA, or also we can OO, whatever you want to be denoted by this zero vector. Then our what is next? We have D0. Then our next vector is what? It's a unit vector. What is our unit vector? Look, our unit vector is denoted by A cap. Obviously, it's very easily to describe you. What is our unit vector? Unit means a vector whose magnitude is unity. A vector whose magnitude is unity is known as unit vector. Means when we are going to the magnitude of, then our, what is the meaning? It's denoted by vector. It's A cap. Means magnitude of A cap is what? 1. The vector which magnitude is 1 is known as unit vector, and it's denoted by, how can we calculate unit vector for any? Then A cap is given by vector A divided by its magnitude. This terms as our unit vector. This is regarded as our the unit vector. We can also say that the unit vector in the direction of a given vector. The unit vector in the direction of a given vector. When we have to find out a unit vector in the direction of a given vector, then it's written by A cap. A cap is equal to vector A to the A. The unit vector is a what? In the given is a vector A is denoted by vector A cap. Now we have discussed our zero vector. We have discussed our unit vector. Then third is co-initial vectors. Co-initial, obviously it's named that co-initial. Co means meaning the same. Two or more vectors are said to co-initial, which have the same initial points. If there are some vectors having same initial point, just suppose O, we have A, we have B, we have C, then O vector OA, OB, OC. These are three vectors OA, OB, OC are known as co-initial vectors. Then next one is our collinear vectors. Collinear vector. What is our collinear vectors? Two or more vectors. We have two or more vectors are said to be collinears if they are parallel to the same line. If they are parallel to the same line, irrespective of their magnitude and direction. In the terms of collinear vectors, two vectors are said to be collinears if they are parallel to the same line, irrespective of their magnitude and as well as directions. Then we have next equal vectors. What is our equal vectors? Yes, two vectors are two or more vectors are said to be equal vectors if their magnitude is what? It's having a same magnitude and also a direction, which having the same magnitude and same direction. Two vectors having a said to be equal if they have the same magnitude and the direction, irrespective of what? The position of the initial point. There is a irrespective of position of initial point. There is not necessary of having the initial points are same there. Two vectors are said to be equal vectors if they have the same magnitude, have the same direction, irrespective of same initial point, then are known as equal vectors. Then next 0, unit, co-initial, collinear, equal. Then we have negative vectors. Next vector is what? It's our we can say negative of a vector, not negative vector, negative of a vector. What is negative of a vector? Meaning of negative vector is means a vector whose magnitude is the same, a vector which magnitude is the same, but it's having a direction opposite to a given vector. It's having a direction opposite to a given vector is known as negative of a vector. So suppose we have a vector A, then negative of vector A is given by minus times of vector A. It means it's having the same magnitude, but when we are going to we can say that since of the vectors are reversed there, a vector whose magnitude is same, a vector whose magnitude is same as that of a given vector, but directions opposite to that of a given vector is called our negative vector, and it is denoted by minus of vector A. Then we have other vectors are like vectors. Look, what is like vectors? Like vectors are just suppose we have two or more vectors there. Two or more vectors are said to be like vectors if their directions is same. Sorry, if the direction is same, and thus are all of its vectors drawn in the same directions, wherever their magnitude maybe are called whatever their magnitude. In like vectors, it is irrespective of magnitude. The simple meaning of like vector is that two or more vectors are said to be like vectors if their directions is the same. If their directions is the same, then they are called like vectors. Then next one is what? It's unlike vectors. Obviously, it's a reverse of like. What is unlike vectors? The two or more vectors which have any magnitude are said to be unlike vectors. Said to be unlike vectors if their direction is what? In first one, like vector direction is same. Then is in unlike vectors or direction is or not same. Irrespective of magnitude, if in unlike vectors or vectors, two or more vectors of any magnitude are said to be unlike vectors if their directions is reverse or opposite to each other. Then also we have a free vector. What is the meaning of free vector there? Free vector means a vector which is not restricted. Look, whenever we are going to be restrict to any vector in a space point passes through any given specific point there, to passes through any given specific point there, then if we are going to restrict that, we are going to restrict that our any vector is passes through from any given specific point, then this types of vector known as restricted, and those vectors which are not restricted is known as free vectors. Now what is the meaning of free vectors? Yes, the meaning of free vectors is what? A vector which is not restricted to pass through some fixed point in a space is called free vector, and the vectors which are restricted in the space to pass through some specific point is known as our restricted vectors. And then 11th we can also use coplanar vectors. Obviously it's clear by its name, coplanar. Meaning of coplanar is what? Vectors which lie in the same plane, or which are parallel to the same plane are known as coplanar vectors. Now look, in today's class we have discussed some basic terms related with our vector quantity. Till now we have discussed our types of vectors, and then this is enough for today's class. We are going to be we are going to be explains next concept, which is our additions of vector there. Then please go through it and revise it. Thanks to all.